When I recognized that I had a problem with my own alcohol, I was probably sitting in the most privileged position that you can be. Very good job, very high health literacy. I've been working in healthcare for 20 years plus. Even still, I didn't know where to turn for help. I was incredibly ashamed. I had an image in my own mind of what an alcoholic was, and that's the only term that I knew. Am I an alcoholic? I mean, that's what I was Googling. Am I an alcoholic? My name's Pia Clinton Tarestad, and I'm the CEO and co-founder at Clean Slate Clinic. So I grew up on a small island called Guernsey, which not many people have heard of. And it's a small island that's in between England and France in the UK Channel. I was, I guess, a bit of a misfit. I did get into drinking and smoking very early, like 11, 12 years old. Whilst I was at university, I needed beer money, funnily enough. So I got a job as a medical secretary in the local hospital. And that was when my love of healthcare really came about. And I sort of saw really firsthand what social inequality does for healthcare outcomes. So we have people coming in for amputations because of diabetic foot, from smoking, from lack of awareness, lack of health education, lack of early intervention. So that sort of got me really interested in the intersection between social justice and healthcare. As my career progressed, I moved from Sheffield to London. And as I transferred from the NHS into the private sector, I'd say my drinking probably escalated a bit just because there was so much free alcohol, basically. There was an event on every night, and it was really a work hard, play hard culture. And I embraced that completely. And I would say, to begin with, I didn't see anything other than I was having fun. But drinking is kind of like fun until it isn't. Somewhere around there, sort of towards the end of my time in London, I realised I was drinking too much. Part of that move to Australia was going to be transitioning to a healthier lifestyle. So basically my plan was get on a flight, fly for 24 hours, and then at the other side magically convert to having avocado and toast for breakfast, surfing every morning and not drinking anymore. When I got to Australia, of course, traveling 24 hours in a flight is not going to change anything really. So nothing changed in my drinking. In fact, I got off the flight at 11 o'clock in the morning and went straight to the pub. When we first set out, I knew I had this issue with alcohol, which I hadn't resolved. So we started down the path of friends and family testing, where the idea was we were going to take 10 friends and family through the process just so they could experience the telehealth consultation with the nurse, they could try out the technology. And I was the one of those 10 that actually met the criteria to go through the service proper. I went through the first nurse assessment, I did my bloods, did my urine drug screen, did my detox, went through the aftercare part of the program and came out the other side. So I knew what we had was something kind of special because it worked for me. It is. Now I probably will tear up. To be honest, we've been very focused on the impact we want to have on communities, but to see the impact on our team, and that everybody feels motivated, connected to the purpose I'm just so proud of that. I never imagined that we were going to get as far as we have. Not that I didn't think it was possible, I just literally didn't even conceptualize it. We started small, we just wanted to be able to provide this accessible service, and it almost took on a life of its own. And it works. You just do those things. You just build the service that delivers both what the clients want, but also what the clinicians need and want. You get great outcomes.